Hello guys, this is Matrix Ray, and I'm showing you some resolution comparisons between native 1440p versus native PS2. I will also be doing some frame rate testing and show you guys the best settings for Quake III Revolution. We are using a custom resolution of 2560 by 1440p, native, 16 times anisotrophic filtering, automatic mapping, automatic CRC hack level. We are using nothing in the advanced settings and hacks. Fast accurate date, accurate blending basic, shader configuration, texture filtering of display, and FXAA shader. We are using texture filtering for bilinear PS2 and renderer DirectX 3D11. The game costs around 1.1 gigabytes of video RAM depending on the stage you're on. Also want to mention that this game has some minor graphical glitches that I can't seem to fix. I've tried everything in here. The only thing I can come close to thinking that could fix it is messing around with the texture offsets, because it's a texture flickering issue when viewing in the distance. So you guys are just going to have to ignore that unfortunate flickering problem in the distance on this game while watching right up ahead. So very unfortunate, but I can't do anything about it. I've looked everywhere and no one can seem to find a way to fix it. So going to have to put up with it. Alright, so also, we are using MTVU if you have more than 3 cores. I have 8 cores. It is recommended to turn this hack on this game because Quake III Revolution targets 60 frames per second. Also, this game needs a 130% cycle rate boost or more. You could do 180 or 300. 120 or 130 seems to be quite enough for the internal refresh rate to be smoothed out enough, because at 100% it's a bit jittery, whatever you want to call it, and at 130% it's enough to make it smooth at 60 frames per second, because unfortunately the game has some minor fake frame rate drops due to the engine of the game or the PS2 hardware in general. So we're going to go to check out the native PS2 resolution. This game targets 512 by 448. Let's have a look. I am already in a match, so I may die a lot, but let's see how we go. So this is Quake III Revolution. As you can see, this game looks extremely blurry at native PS2. We'll just run around and we'll just get shot. I'm not going to even try. But the flickering issues, as you see, are present right there, just in the distance, in the background, you can see. Now I'll show you at native 1440p because it is affected on software mode and hardware mode. If I go to native 1440p, as you see, the game looks miles clearer, but once again, there are the graphical glitches that I can't seem to find a way to fix. I've tried everything, and no one else can seem to find a way, so this is something we have to put up with. Now, this game looks miles clearer at 1440p, so if I stand in this distance and go to native PS2, this is native PS2, native 1440p, native PS2, and native 1440p. 16 times anisotrophic filtering seems to work as well, which makes the ground look nice and clean. There's no blurry textures in viewing in oblique angles, and plus there's no shimmering effects either. So 16 times anisotrophic filtering on this game looks very, very nice, and I'm glad it works on this sort of game. Also want to mention this is 60 frames per second, as you're seeing, at 130% cycle rate. If you see some minor hitching, it's because that the internal refresh rate is not bumped up high enough. As I mentioned, 180% or 300% can eliminate that problem, but 130% can be good enough to obviously get rid of that issue. We just had some just before as well. But as you see, more flickering issues. The game looks nice and clear at 1440p. The HUDs don't look too bad either. If we look down here, it looks a bit, blurry. I will say that they have aged quite poorly, but it doesn't look too terrible as well. If we look at the pictures right here, that they look not too bad actually for a 2001 game. It doesn't look too bad at all, but it does look blurry if you think about it too. It's not like sharp or anything like that. If I look at the HUDs at native PS2, yeah, it looks a lot blurry. It looks a lot more blurrier, but if I go to native 1440p, it does clean up quite a bit, surprisingly. We've got a 3D HUD very shortly. Hold up. We've got a 3D HUD right down here. That's the Doom guy's helmet. He's just, looking around, and yeah, that looks nice and clear as well. If I go back to native PS2, and back to native 1440p, native PS2, native 1440p. That's pretty much everything. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.